Myself, Rohila Hashmat, and I'm in this industry from last 15 years, and I am a approved ATP, approved training partner for BRCGS food and packaging, and also for other standards, especially for food, cosmetic, and packaging. And I'm a qualified auditor as well as trainer for all these standards. And by qualification, I am masters in food technology. So time to time, we are just dealing with these type of webinars for our participants. So now we can start. So before starting this training, I would like to request all of you, you please keep yourself mute when the session will be get finished. In the meantime, in the mid, we can just start to make this session interactive. We can do some polls, we can play some polls, I can ask few questions to you. If you have any concern or any query, you can please raise your hand or just write down in a chat box so that we can discuss all the questions and queries one by one. So we can start now. So now this is a webinar on allergen management in the food industry. So how we can manage the allergen? See, allergen is right now a very crucial, sensitive, hazardous, as well as the most potential risk for the industries for all the food sectors globally. It is now considered it as a hazard, as a risk. So now you all please keep yourself mute. As I have already tell you, discussion will be held at the end of the session, and all of this session is being recorded. And after this webinar, this complete recorded session will be get published in our YouTube page, which is FMCG Talks at Imaza. So you will get that webinar there also. So this is about company, what we are doing, what we are dealing. We are in trainings, we are in audits, we are in consultancy, regulatory compliances, and all this is a part of ESPL. Basically, we are focusing on FMC sector. So now we can start is basically what is allergy means. Before just starting the discussion about allergen, we can just start with allergy. What is allergy? So basically, allergy is a reaction of the immune system to a normally harmless substance like food proteins. Uh, if you will take some excessive protein, and if your immune system is not accepting that, then it is you will get a allergy. Substances like latex, then aeroallergens are there, house dust, mites, pollens. Because of pollens, the eye there is a severe infection in eyes, molds and more, stinging insects, drugs. So these are the basically effects if you should be get allergic. Globally, food allergens account for many, if not most, recalls. So now more than 170 foods have been reported to cause allergic reactions. Researchers estimate that up to 15 million Americans have food allergies, including 5.9 million children under age 18. Uh, 1 in 13 children, or roughly 2 for every classroom of children with food allergies, are allergic to more than one food. Previously, what happened, the we are not means in India, the allergen were not treated so much, because if somewhere is just allergic with the gluten, then nobody will be aware. Now the awareness related to allergen is now increasing, especially in Asian countries also. So food allergies, yeah, prevalence, if we are talking about the prevalence, so affect at least 3 to 4% of the US population, 4 to 8% of the children, 1 to 2% of adults, and possibly up to 10%. Severity, if we are talking about the severity because of that allergens, the reactions are potentially life threatening, and reactions are, but yes, sometimes they are life threatening, and they are preventable also, and quality of life and financial burdens. $24.8 billion, actually billion, annual impact of childhood food allergy in the US. Sensitivity because of these food allergies, small amount can cause reaction. If you will take a small amount, someone will take some, for example, someone will take a small amount of some crustaceans, and if that person is allergen for that crustaceans, then definitely the result would be blunder. Low mg or ppm total food protein. Avoidance diets. Treatments are scarce and strict avoidance diets are must here. Reactions because of that allergens. Dermal skin breaks out in hives or eczema would be there. Gastrointestinal nausea, cramps, diarrhea because of that allergens. Respiratory air struggling would be there. Circulatory blood pressure drops, loss consciousness, and anaphylaxis. In rare cases, multiple organ systems are triggered and death and can occur in as little as 10 minutes. So basically, the main concerns, the main issues of these allergen, if you will get allergy, trouble in breathing, itching, sneezing, runny nose, headache, red or watery eyes, and hives or rash. So these are the main symptoms if you are allergic for certain. As per EU, total 14 food allergens are there. Gluten, which is basically most in wheat, sesame, nuts, crustaceans, egg, fish, mustard, milk, celery, peanuts, soya, shellfish, lupins, and sulfite. So these are total 14 allergens as per EU. So now, why is food industry? Why is the food allergy important to the food industry? Food allergies are increasing in prevalence, are potentially life threatening, and there is no cure. So this is the reason, if we are talking about the food industries, so in food industries right now allergens are taking very seriously, in either in case of all the in the case of hazards, potential hazard, they can just include it as a hazard, considering in the risk assessment trainings, and so many things are there for that allergens. Successful management is through avoidance of the food. Consumers' lives are at risk from eating formulated foods like hidden ingredients. Means if you will just include any ingredient which is hidden in the label, but that particular ingredient have allergen, then it would be maybe life threatening for that consumer. Awareness, education, and communication can prevent death and improve quality of life of food allergic consumers. This is US FDA food allergen recall incidents only between 2002 to 2023. So now, how we can manage, or we can say what is the effective food allergen management? For the effective food allergen management, we have to consider preventive cross contact during processing. Suppose if there is any manufacturing company who is involved in manufacturing of one of the allergen and another one is non-allergen product, so now it should be very much take care that the allergen and non-allergen, there should be a complete physical segregation including manpower, equipments, everything between these two products. Even if there is a single line, then they should also be completely take care that completely take care during the line changeover, that there is no any allergen traces should be shift to the non-allergen production timing shift. Ingredients receiving, storage, and handling, it should be completely segregated. Ingredient and supply chain management means from receiving up to dispatch. It should be very much clear that no any allergen product should be get mixed or included in the non-allergen. Product development. In the case of product development, also you need to take care. Hazard identification for risk assessment. Allergen should be also considered as a risk. Training and the education. There should be a proper training and awareness to all the soft floor people who are directly or indirectly involved in handling of these allergen products. Validation and verification is must. Allergen detection is must. If there is any allergen, it should be properly detected. Food allergen sanitation is must. Hygienic design is must. Even in if allergen is used in your company, so it is now regulatory requirement for every country, each country including India, that it should be completely declared in your product label and as well as your packaging controls. So now, where do these risks occur? Research and development, engineering and system design, raw materials, production scheduling, labeling and packing, rework, cleaning, and the human error. In these different steps, in these different steps of production and processing, the alert there is a chance of entry of the allergen, and it will create a risk. So now, before just move to the next slide, I am just sharing few of the poll questions. You can please revert on that, so that at least you would also be get aware. So now, first question: allergy is a reaction of the dash 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 to a normally harmless substance. First one is heart, second one is immune system, third one is ear, and fourth one is face. So please give your answers within a 5 seconds. Allergy is a reaction of the blank to a normally harmless substance. Heart, immune system, ear, and face. So please submit your answer. Okay. So now 100% answers are immune system. Fine. But for these answers, we are getting only 8 responses. So please, you all be get pretty much aware and be get involved here during this webinar. So now we are coming to the next one. Next poll question: how many major food allergens are there as per EU? How many major food allergens are there as per EU? 8, 9, 14, and 10. Please give your answer. And you all please involve here. 8% means 9 responses we have received. 8% and 92% is right answer. 14 allergens. So basically 14 allergens are as per EU, 18 responses. So now we are coming to the next slide. Wait. So research and development, minimize the use of allergenic ingredients. We can try to avoid allergenic ingredients as much as possible during our R&D. Design formula to add allergenic ingredients at end of the process. uh, Means if you want, if it is must to add allergen, then it is the system. You can just design the product in that way, so that the allergenic ingredient should be get and entered at the end of the process, so it will not be get create the cross contamination in the overall process from starting up to the last, and where it will be get included in your system, so it will reduce the chance of cross contamination in your overall process. Recommend accessible cleanable equipment for new product design, and allow for adequate sanitation when testing on production lines. Ensure allergens will be readily identifiable on finished product labels. This is a legal requirement now, so we anyhow we have to ensure it. Engineering and system design, design access for cleanouts and inspection, isolate the allergen addition points, dedicate the rework system, eliminate crossover and poor product, containment points it should be there, and dedicate production system or install parallel modules for units not cleanable. In the case of raw materials, very important, it's very important for the entry of allergen. Assess allergens in all raw materials, audit suppliers and co-packers, and help develop their awareness from which you are getting overall any of your raw materials. Always ask the allergen questions to them. Be vigilant in changes to ingredient specifications. Review the possible sources of contamination from other raw materials like recycled or reused containers. So we have to review the overall sources, contamination sources from other raw materials which can create the chance of allergen contamination in your product, like recycled or reused containers. So now again I am generating one or two questions here. Now you all please give the reply for the same. Where the risk of allergy does come from? Cleaning, rework, raw material, all of the above. So now we can give the answer. 11% raw material, 82% all of the above. Yes, of course, the risk of allergens are not only from raw material, it is from of your cleaning as well as for rework as well as the raw material. So the right answer is all of the above. Production scheduling. During the scheduling of production, we need to take care that there should be a dedicated production systems for allergen as well as for non-allergen products. Longer run times or minimize the changeovers. Produce allergen containing products at end of production sequence means if you are running three shifts, so just try to make the allergen product at the last shift instead of the mid or the first one, just to reduce the chance of contamination because of allergen product in all the next two shifts of the product. Where possible, control each allergen separately from other allergens. Allow for thorough clean out time between runs. There should be a detailed and proper time required for cleaning and sanitization if allergen product is running in the system. Confirm the correct packaging available. Labeling and packaging, very important. Ensure that label reflects the current formula. Can review the label accuracy when an ingredient change or substitution is made, accelerating the intro of an improved formula. And then appropriately manage excess packaging inventory or write-offs. Means there should be a proper management in the case of excess packaging inventory. Ensure no mixed cartons or supplier capability or scanners at printer and in your plant. So we have to ensure that there should be no any mixing of the cartons of allergen and non-allergen products, supplier capability and scanners at printer. That all things we need to take care. Rework. Clearly label all rework means if there is something rework happening in the company, so there should be a proper identification and segregation of rework product with the proper labeling. Ensure that refit systems can be properly cleaned. Post instructions on the use of rework along with other operator instructions. promptly report any misuse of the river, audit the rework periodically to ensure proper identification and use, and dedicate refeed or regrind systems. What are the cleaning practices which we need to get follow if we are dealing with the allergen product? We have to allow adequate clean out between runs, means two of the shifts. Disassemble and manually clean equipment that cannot be cleaned thoroughly in place. Properly clean the accessory tools or equipment like scoops, bins, hoppers, etc. Dedicate equipment that is difficult to clean. Use the alternative cleaning measures where wet wash is not viable, like sugar or salt flush. There should be a proper training and awareness in all the employees, workers, everyone who is in direct or indirect contact with your product. There should be a proper training manual, policies and procedures, certification, planned communications, and videos regarding same. What are the main components of an allergen policy? Very important. Once you are making your allergen policy in your company, in your organization, so these are the basic components which you need to take care. It should cover summary of regulations and laws of your country, as well as the country in which you are going to export your product. Identifying and minimizing allergen hazards in the plant, how to avoiding cross contact in the plant, policy on labeling and precautionary statements, training and education for staff, suppliers, contractors, and vendors. So now, after this slide, we again go for few of the posts. Components of an allergen plan. First one is raw material and supply chain management, labeling, good inward, storage and handling, product formulation and development, production design and scheduling, operations, marketing, quality assurance, recall plan, executive sign off. So these are the basic components of an allergen plan. So now again there is one question. You please answer this question. I can again generate one poll here.
Should I go with Naeem? Up to you, miss. I prefer Naeem, miss, huh? We will save
You
some
all
amount.
please mute yourself. You all please mute yourself. Yeah, I can explain the product scheduling and all. We can discuss one by one. Once I can finish the slide, and I will come to the questions. Don't worry. So now, produce dash 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 containing product at the end of the production sequence. Non-allergen, allergen, or none means produce which one containing products at the end of the production sequence. Give the answer. We have discussed it. This is very important question actually. Perfect. But please, I am just expecting more and more responses here because right now I am getting only 9 responses. We 37 are here. So at least we are expecting the answer from all of you. So now, allergen products, allergen containing products at the end of the production sequence to reduce the allergen contamination or minimize the allergen contamination in the non-allergen product. Allergen control starts at the product inception and continue throughout its life cycle. So the control in allergen can start in the receiving of the product, raw material or product and continue throughout its life cycle. Development of idea, marketing, consumer research, inception. Then development part, refinement, process or facility, plant trial and startup, and then sustain, ongoing maintenance, plant line changes, and labeling. So these are the inception, development, and sustain. Supply chain analysis helps determine risk and labeling, shipping, labeling, and audits. So now analysis of the complete supply chain helps to determine the risk because of allergens as well as their labeling. Means if you will get identify the risk of allergen in the complete supply chain because of that risk analysis or assessment, then it should be get declared in your labeling also in the during shipping, audits, and then labeling. Suppliers must comply with specific standards if the suppliers which are dealing with the buyers who are handling the allergen product or the suppliers who are dealing with the allergen products. Suppliers must have a documented allergen control plan. It includes having supplier allergen control expectations, written assurance from suppliers that purchase ingredients do not contain any undeclared allergens like company or regulatory compliances. These suppliers are required to provide notification of any changes in the allergen status of the ingredient prior.
Ma'am, please unmute your mic.
Now, I don't know how it's get muted.
Ma'am,
Okay,
okay,
so now I
okay.
can again repeat this slide. Uh, Suppose if you are a supplier and if you are going to give the allergen raw material to your buyer, first condition, or the second condition, if you are a supplier, maybe you are not manufacturing any allergen raw material, but you are going to give your raw material to your buyer which is involved in manufacturing of allergen product, then the things, the conditions, the precautions which you as a supplier have to take are: supplier must have a documented allergen control plan. It includes having supplier allergen control expectations. There should be a written assurance from suppliers that purchase ingredients do not contain any undeclared allergen like company or regulatory compliance. Suppliers are required to provide notification of any changes in the allergen status of the ingredient prior to making such change. If they are doing some changes in the ingredient, in the allergen ingredient or product, then they have to inform to their buyer before any changes. And suppliers are to ensure that ingredients are shipped in clearly marked sealed containers that are not damaged or broken. The suppliers have to ensure all these things to their buyers. In most of the cases, the suppliers who are dealing with allergen products, manufacturing sites should be audited. It should depend upon risk. Audit your suppliers to assess the effectiveness of their allergen control plan. Yes, it is compulsory now. Ensure the plan is being implemented by walking the floor. Means ensure the plan is being implemented by walking the floor. It means that if allergen control plan is there, but they can show it to you through desktop or through some hard copy and all, but you have to ensure that that particular plan is same to same get implemented, already implemented, practically implemented in the soft floor also. Allergen control should be a high priority. Review the supplier's allergen cleaning procedures to ensure that they are properly validated on regular basis, or what whenever there is a change that may affect the allergen status. And then review the past audit score. or conclusions to understand their compliance to safety and the regulatory standards. So these are the case. Because of these reasons, and because of that, the supplier manufacturing sites who are involved in manufacturing of allergen products should be audited. So now again we are coming to one or two questions. Let me see if they are related to that. You can start. Uh, just wait. Suppliers are required to provide Suppliers are required to provide notification of any changes in the allergen status of the ingredient prior to making such change. So this is true or false? Yes, 100% answers are true. Sustainability requires adherence to the 3SS, means segregate, schedule, sanitize, includes sanitary design. So means if we are talking right now, sustainability is in a boom. We all are talking about eco-friendly, sustainability, all these type of things. So if we are talking about sustainability, so sustainability also requires adherence to the three double S: segregate, schedule, and sanitize. Includes sanitary design. So if allergen is there, so we have to properly separate or segregate the allergen as well as non-allergen product, then properly mark and schedule. If we are dealing with the allergen products in advance, the complete roadmap schedule plan would be there. And if you are using the allergen and non-allergen products, then there should be a proper cleaning and sanitization is must. So there is a no any scope or chance of a cross contamination because of that allergen and non-allergen products. Unit operations must be a consideration when managing the allergens. Sanitary design means the design and means the cleaning or the design of the cleaning and sanitary should be like that there should be no chance of any of the mixing of the allergen and non-allergen products. Management of other allergen products, other allergens also is must. And ability to inspect means there the team should be properly trained and aware, so that there should be a proper chance of inspection, that there should be no any chance of the product contamination because of that allergen products. Visually clean is the gold standard, but be careful. These things must need to take care. See what happened. Visually it is looking clean, properly clean, if you can see it. But if they are just see the that ring, now is the big size of that ring which is here to see. So that we need to take care. Understanding unit operations is critical. If we can just open it, suppose this is the thing, this is the equipment, this is the ring, and we can, if we can take this ring here in our hand, then it is looking properly clean. But if we are going, we can just remove this outer circle, then you can see inside. So that also we need to take care, means only physically if the thing is clean, then you cannot say now allergen is completely removed. That we need to take care during the cleaning and sanitation. The sanitary and the sanitary design of equipment is extremely important, means the design of your equipments would not be like that, should not be like that, that it is practically not possible for you to to just remove the traces of the food materials or products, the allergen products from the inside. It should be completely dismantled, opened, clean, and then mantled it, and then just fix it. The equipments and machineries would be like that. Allergen labeling. Label in a way that is useful to consumers. It should be consistent and legible near or in ingredients list. Common English language. It should be in a common English language. Necessary details like sunflower oil rather than vegetable oil. Product name should be completely specific so consumer know it is safe for them or not. Avoid the precautionary labeling like may contain. Precautionary labeling, see ingredients, whereas wheat flour, sugar, butter, butterscotch chips, all things are there. Best before date on front of pack is fine. Nut allergy. These biscuits are baked in a bakery that uses nut products. Sorry. So precautionary labeling is this type of labeling that we need to take care. Why avoid precautionary labeling? What is the reason why we need to avoid the precautionary labeling? To protect the allergic consumer. Do not leave it to the consumer to guess. Means precautionary labeling is like that you are giving some confusing type of diplomatic type of answers that may be or may not. So it will be confusing for the specific consumer who is allergic to the product. Safety decision contains traces of makes a positive statement. It matlab, your statement should be very much straight and clear. It should be like that. It contains traces of nuts or celery or anything which is allergic in your product. It makes a sense as well as it makes a positive statement to the allergic consumer that the product should be avoided. So now, effective allergen management is paramount for food safety and public health for so many different reasons. It can prevent allergenic reactions. Allergen management help prevent allergen cross contact, which can trigger the severe allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. By ensuring that allergens are properly controlled and labeled, businesses play a crucial role in safeguarding the health and well-being of their customers. Second one is reducing the risk of anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis is a life-threatening allergic reaction that can occur within minutes of allergen exposure. Proper allergen management can be the difference between life and death for someone with severe allergies. Now, maintaining consumer trust. Businesses that prioritize allergen management demonstrate a commitment to consumer safety, and this fosters trust among consumers, leading to repeat the business and a positive reputation long term, basically, we can say. Legal compliances. Compliances with allergen labeling and control regulations is not only a legal requirement but also a reflection of a business dedication to food safety, and failure to meet these requirements can result in legal consequences including the fines and recalls. So now, if there are any poll questions, let me check. Then we come to the questions part. Then we can discuss in detail with some of the practical experiences if you have. And most important, sustainability requires adherence to the three double S. What are these three double S? Segregate, schedule, sanitize. Sanitize, schedule, segregate, sort, separate, and sanitize. So now I can give my answer. So I'm waiting for other responses also. Right now, only 5 responses are here. 8, Please, you all have to respond. 9, 11. You all please respond on the questions which we are asking to you. 13. And now it's done. Okay. So now, first of all, I am coming to the chat box. Questions are here, then we can discuss. Okay, so now you can ask your questions, please. If you have any queries, if you have any questions, see, if you are talking about the allergen products, if we are dealing here in India, so again in India also, regulatory requirements, allergen declaration is a uh, legal requirement. If you are talking about other countries, then definitely it's already in their system that allergen declaration is must. And if we are handling the allergen as well as non-allergen products in your company, in your or and in your organizations, so it is must, it is compulsory that we have to follow the protocols of physical segregation, not only for your products, your complete equipments, machineries, manpower, everything. Even if in case in your company you are not handling the allergen products, then also your team or your staff is completely aware, because see, as you are not dealing with the allergen product, but allergens are coming in your system with because of maybe with their food products which they are taking, which is coming from their home, like if suppose they are coming with some bread or peanut butter or anything, then maybe it should come in your product. So you need to all take care, and your staff should be aware about that allergens and non-allergen difference. uh, we have any law enforcement for such precautionary labeling, like may contain diplomatic labeling? Right now, no, there is no any precautionary labeling right now here. But why we are saying that we have to avoid this precautionary labeling? Because see, if we are said, if we are concerning about our consumer who is allergenic, who is completely allergic for your product in which allergen is there, then you have to mention it very much clearly that this contains, this product consists of this allergen. So this is a recommended practice, as well as you can say this is a preventive action to just make your system proper. You cannot just only mention in your labeling, so that because of your, because the legal requirement is same or system is saying, we have to take care for the health and life of a consumer. That's why this is a recommended practice. That's it. It is not any uh, it is not any law or enforcement there for that allergen.
Hello, Rahila.
Yeah, yes, please, you can ask.
Uh, yes, Ahmed. Um, Now it's hard to us to produce allergen free products in a normal plant with, with other products. Okay, because of it's very hard to control the cleaning and sanitizing plan, okay, and other requirements. Is there is any there are any new technology for this, or we still on our position now to produce allergen free products in a on a factory on another factory. Okay.
Okay.
I want to know, is there is any new technology, new idea, new requirements, anything?
Okay, thank you so much, Ahmed, for your question. First thing, I just want to know what is the allergic products which you are dealing in your company. What product you are manufacturing, and what are the allergens there in your product? First question is that.
Uh,
Means you understood now what I am asking. What is the product manufacturing in your company? First thing, and second thing, what is the allergen ingredient in your that product? These two things, let you please clear this question so that I would be able to understand exactly, and then I will let you know that what is the technology which you are using and what is the system saying. So you please just
okay,
let us know. Yeah.
okay. It's a production line for biscuits and bakery, and
Mm-hmm.
we have gluten. Okay,
Okay.
uh, and this is the problem. We can't produce allergen-free products for some consumers.
Mm-hmm. In the same line.
Yes,
Means in the same line you are manufacturing gluten free biscuits also for some consumers, and also gluten with a gluten biscuits also, right? And
yes.
what is the basic practices you are just what are the basic practices you are following
Now
during the
we
line
have
changeover?
yes, yes. During the changeover, we have zoning, and we have cross-contamination program, and personal hygiene and hygienic design. And we have FSAC version 5.1 now certified.
Okay, so fine. So as per my understanding, which we all understood that now I can just repeat for the bakery industry, you are in the bakery industry and your company is involved in manufacturing of gluten as well as non-gluten products in the same line. So the cleaning and sanitation practices which you are right now implementing is that your equipments are same, manpower is same, only you can do the proper cleaning and sanitation. Your utensils, your everything is also same. It is not color coded and all, as I think you are already FSSC version 5.1 is in your company, you are already FSSC certified. So allergen requirements are very much specific in that additional requirements of 5.1. So are you following that additional requirements in your company?
Yes, yes,
Mhm. You have a color coded specific cleaning equipments for that allergen as well as non-allergen products.
yes.
And how you can ensure that these allergen traces are not, first of all, first thing as we have discussed in our presentation, first let me know when you start the shift, when you start your day. First, which product you can start first, your first shift will be for allergen or non-allergen product?
No, we start this product in allergen that have allergen. The,
No, exactly. That's why we are just talking. Someone has asked about the planning and the scheduling. Na? So first thing, Ahmed, if you are dealing in the same line, both allergen and non-allergen product, so now first of all, we have to just go through the non-allergen products. Then we have to proceed for the allergen products.
okay,
Okay, this is a thumb rule GFSI approved practice, and why reason is that if we can handle the non-allergen product first, so there is the chance of contamination because of allergen in non-allergen is automatically minimized. Okay,
okay,
so
okay.
you can make your schedule accordingly.
Yes, yes.
Your team should be pretty much aware, and you have to ensure after your line changeover, you have to ensure that there is no any traces of previous lines are there in the system, including the labels, packaging materials, everything, even the protective clothing and uniform of previous line, especially the during the allergen handling product, it will not be get shift to the next line. This also we need to get ensured.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Rohila. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? Any doubts? queries? Any other questions? Any other queries you can ask for the allergen management? One thing you also need to get very much aware that during your risk assessment, right now what GFSI is saying that you have to do the allergen risk assessment when you are doing your allergen risk assessment. So you have to start your risk assessment of allergens from receiving up to the last step, means dispatch of your product. So you have to consider each and every step during the allergen risk assessment. You need to take care that in which particular step there is a chance of allergen entrance in your non-allergen product. So for the same, detailed risk assessment is must and required, either in new version 6 of FSSC 22000 or in issue 9 of BRCGS. So now if you there are any other doubts, you can ask. If you want to see that presentation, if you want to listen the recording again, then please, again I am repeating, you will just see the I think recording is completely there in that channel, YouTube channel. In the LinkedIn also you will get the same. For any questions or doubts, you can ask anytime. You can raise your concerns because all of you have the mail IDs of the team of Imaza Services. You can just raise your questions, put your questions there. You can ask them. Any other doubts, please, you guys can ask to us. Mr. Ravi Bhushan Jha. Ravi, actually, this PPT, uh, individual PPT is not possible for us to share because this is as per the company policy. But as I told you, you will get the complete recording with this PPT presentation in that YouTube. So you will get the all these slides which I have shared in the recording form, both audio and video in that YouTube channel. You will get the details there. I'm just waiting for other questions also. I would be more happy if you can ask the questions. Any questions you can ask. Any of the relevant questions. Maybe if it is not related to your allergen, but if you have anything related to any of the concern, you can ask here. Okay. So you please again, I can just write down the name of the YouTube channel where you can get this training. Here you will get, all of you have the mail IDs. You can ask. Again, I'm just writing the mail ID. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask the question there or your doubt.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. May I know
Yes,
your name?
I am.
Kirti. Yeah,
My
Kirti.
name is Sri. I'm
Yes.
having the training awareness of version 5.1 FSSC. I just wanted to know, can I get a training or a awareness of version 6, 22,000 FSSC?
Yeah,
Because
I
in
think Kirti, on 22nd and 23rd, we have already planned one version 6 training.
okay,
I think calendar is in front of all of you. In
oh,
which training number 1, this is unaccredited training, but for FSSC 22,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, they all are the BRCGS approved training. So you can plan any of the training here.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
one more thing. If we are
Yes.
dealing with the rework usage also, rework,
Hmm.
basically
Hmm.
I'm talking about the rework usage. So if the rework is used and the allergen is the ingredient in the rework, so how to document that rework if we don't have any rework written, like we are using any allergen in reusing or recycling in a rework process?
No, in that case you cannot use because allergen is very sensitive and it's a risk, is it her charge. So if it is not, because See, you are saying, Kirti, that if we want to do rework and if it is related to allergen, so it
Mm-hmm.
means that it is happening in your company, in your operations, na? So being
See,
as a yeah,
minimum percentage of it, ma'am. Like we are using only 4% of the rework part. Four
but
percent.
at least if there is a chance of 0.0001% rework, na, so it should be very much declared in your process flow, in your process, in your system. And as well as if you are doing rework, then there should be a proper validation and verification of your rework is must. And if it is related to allergen, then definitely 200%, until or unless it will be not properly validated or verified, you will not be able to do the rework, including the allergen. It
If
would
we
be a
have
critical.
the procedure and we have the guidance of it, ma'am, then if we have a
Then you
SOP
can,
of it, we have the procedure
you have
validated.
SOP, you have
Uh,
SOP first thing. Second thing, you
mhm.
have to ensure that it will not be get hazardous. It is under the specifications. At the end of the day, provide the authentic product, and as a company, you can ensure that it would not be get dangerous or harmful or unsafe for your consumer. Then definitely you can do with proper procedure. You can do that.
O- Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
What is the basis of allergen categorization? How do we identify a particular ingredient as an allergen? All mentioned allergens are basically protein or product extract at the end. Could you please send some light on this? See, how do we identify a particular ingredient as an allergen? Total 14 Deepak, sorry, may I know the name of the concern who has asked this question?
It's Deepak.
Deepak. Okay. So Deepak, see, total 14 declared allergens are there. So if there is any product or there is any ingredient, if that 14 allergens are there, then automatically it should be in clear na, that this particular product has allergen. So they are already categorized. Na? The 14 allergens are already categorized. So can you please explain
Actually,
exactly what you want to ask?
yeah, yeah. Yes. So we have already a category, right? We have already categorized 14 allergens. Now the question is that on what basis we have identified these particular ingredients as allergens only? Because at the end, all are proteins, right? Every allergen is a protein at the end. What is the basis of their categorization? I mean, why not other ingredients as an allergen? Why only these 14 or 8? How do we actually identify something as an allergen? Suppose if we are introducing a new ingredient, right? So, I mean, what is the procedure to identify
Okay,
that particular
okay.
thing as
I
an allergen?
I got your question. I got your question. Uh, Deepak, first thing, excess of protein is always create problems in our body, and these all are the declared allergens. They have excess of proteins. First thing, if our immune system is not proper, then this excess of proteins our body cannot accept. First thing. But yes, second thing, and you can just write down your mail ID in a chat box. This is very good question you asked to me, and to give the right answer, you have to give some time to me. I will revert you in detail about this question what you have asked, because this is really a very good question. The basic thing I told you, excess of allergen. If our body immune system is weak, some of the people who are not acceptable for that particular protein, then definitely it would be create a issue. But exactly the reason for categorization of these specific, I definitely let you know. This is the mail ID. I can even note it down it, and I can give you the detailed answer, and others.
Yes.
If you want the
Uh,
question of this answer, then in what I can do, in my YouTube chat box in the comment section, I will write down the answer of this question. You all, if you, any one of you want to see, then you can see there. Deepak, Deep, sorry, Deep, 10897. Deepak, I have written down your ID. Definitely you get the answer of this question.
Yeah. Thank you very
Others
much, ma'am.
also. Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Any doubt? If you see again, if you have any questions or doubt, you can just mention your mail ID which I have given. We definitely will revert you on that questions and that queries. So thank you so much. Thanks to all of you to give your time. If you want to see the recording, again, I am just telling you, you will just go there and just see the complete recording and details. So again, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.